give me a little backstory on who is Family Wealth Moguls.
So we are Family Wealth Moguls. We are a purpose-driven music label and a movement. Our mission is powerful. We're here to empower communities and build legacy through music, media, and faith. That's who we are.
That is beautiful. So can you give me a little, because I know you've sent me some music, and we're going to try and get that in here in just a few minutes, but what do you hope to do with your music? I'm sorry, I'm losing my train of thought here. What is the plans, I guess you would say? Like, is it you travel around? What do you guys do?
So yes, we travel around. We go to communities that need some healing. We really focus on sharing our story and where we came from and the inspiration, and then we empower other people to share their stories and rebuild their communities. So for example, the vision that I had behind Family Wealth Moguls is that I didn't have any family. I came out of the foster care system. I moved to Florida at a young age, was put in foster care. My mother abandoned me. My father passed away. Moved back home to Georgia, where I'm originally from. Shout out to Atlanta, Georgia. I found out that I didn't have any family there, and I lived in poverty my whole life. So, Section 8, projects, all of that stuff. And eventually I had the mindset that I will not be in poverty for long. I will not raise my children in poverty. There is a way out. And with that mindset, I did things. I changed my life around. It took me 12 years to get a 2-year degree, but I did it.
Heck yeah, that's what matters.
So it's all about, hearing my story and our testimony, all of our stories and testimonies, because we all have one.
Definitely.
And knowing that there is a way out and there's a way to build generational wealth, and you don't have to be a part of generational trauma. You can break the chains. And so family is like basically saying like, hey, your blood doesn't necessarily have to make you family. You can build a family of your own. And the wealth portion is, we want to build generational wealth. We want to have something to pass down to the next generation and pay it forward. And Moguls is just having that mogul mindset that, hey, if I keep working hard enough, I will become a mogul in my own right.
I really love that. That is truly inspiring to, literally to break the cycle. Like, they say you manifest what you want, and I get that. I can completely understand. That's exactly what you guys are doing, to show the world that, hey, it doesn't have to be like that.
I mean, let me tell you, foster care, homelessness, domestic violence, being in the trenches, anything you could think of, you name it, I've been there. So we gotta teach people that there's a way out. Even the children, they have a testimony. They're victims of gun violence. Maybe Demi Godzz, AJ can share his testimony.
Definitely.
What he's gone through. And it's love shawty with the incarceration. I mean, he was given 93 charges. 91 were dismissed. And he was given a gang-affiliated charge. He has never been in a gang. So all these disparities that people go through, we're here to let you know that, hey, whatever life throws at you, you can fix it. You can change the narrative. You can reclaim the power and do whatever you want to do. We are the proof.
Exactly. So we're going to take a quick little break for a song, and when we come back, I want to hear, how you got your names and how you, have grown since the negative things that have been thrown at each of you, like how that has affected you and how it's changed your mindset. So we're going to take a quick little break. We got Ace Frehley with Do Ya, and then when we return, we're going to hear more from Family Wealth Moguls here on The Blend, 90.7 WKGC, Panama City. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. And that was AC/DC with Highway to Hell. And you're listening to The Blend on 90.7 WKGC, Panama City. I'm your host, Karen, and live in the studio, I have got Family Wealth Moguls. I'm going to introduce them all to you once again so we know who is on the air. We've got Miss Ayana Harrison Mogul, a.k.a. Amazon Goddess. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing swell.
And we've got the Demi Godzz. We've got Demi Godzz AJ. Good morning.
Doing good.
We got Demi Godzz, RJ. How you doing?
Yo, what's up, everybody?
And then we've got It's Love Shawty. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
And so we've been talking about your mission. You know, we've been talking about like what got you to this point. So I want to kind of hear from everybody. First, I want to know, how did you guys come up with these awesome names?
Ooh, well, I got the name Amazon Goddess because I'm 6'3", and in my lowest times, I had to build myself up and envision who I wanted to be. So I said, I'm this Amazon. I have this nice physique. Of course, this was in my a little younger days.
Girl, you own that. Come on now.
But a goddess who wears a crown no matter what. So that was my power through that name.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I came up with Amazon Goddess.
I love that. And so how did we come up with the Demi Godzz?
So we came up with a Demi Godzz from my mom, Amazon Goddess. She gave us our name, and 2 Z's at the end is Zil and Zenith.
So it's just kind of like a play on Greek mythology. So we created our own meaning that has no ties to Greek mythology. Hey, I am the goddess and y'all are the demigods. Y'all come from me, so y'all possess the power.
There you go. Okay, and so how did we come up with It's Love Shawty?
We came through with It's Love Shawty because my message is uplifting women, and I was just like, I came through with it by just because I like to uplift women and uplift the community, and I was just like something catchy for the women.
You
I
know,
like that.
it was pretty funny because It's Love Shawty would, sometimes get rejected here or there. He'd always say, it's all love, Shawty. It's love, Shawty.
So it was something that you've said too all the
Yes.
time. It kind of just stuck. I like that though. I really like that. So I want to get to know everybody a little bit more. And you were talking about that the kids got testimonies, and so if we want to start with Demi Godzz, AJ, can you tell me a little bit about the things that you've gone through and how it's empowered you?
Yes, ma'am. So I am a victim of sexual assault and gun violence. It's a long story, but I'm glad God has taken me places, and I'm making this good Christian rap pop song music. So the following days, I've got jumped 2 days in a row, and I'm just saying, God just come in and telling me they're gonna try to break your character down, and that's what we ain't trying to do. That's why I ain't trying to let them affect me.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the sexual assault and the gun violence and stuff that he went through empowered him to make the music. And in that, he's had a lot of enemies that come up against him.
Yes.
Make fun of him because he's Christian, try to fight him. He's attended schools here in Bay County, and the gang violence is rough. I think a lot of people aren't aware of the kids that are trying to say they're a part of gangs. And so they've been attacking his character, trying to make it seem like, he's this confrontational kid, when he's just a kid that glorifies God and stands in his truth. And I think that can become a threat to other kids, and they want to tarnish his character. And so he gets motivation by glorifying God.
See, like a lot, when I attended these schools at Bay County, a lot of kids say I'm gay or something because they say I look like Lil Nas X. And I know that's not true because I never, ever, I'm a man of God. I stand on my word. And, it's people who hate me because I'm Christian, that like God. It's, kids saying it's going to hit me with something, get people on me. Like, when the following day when I got jumped, the police came and they straight up laughed. They laughed and kicked the other people who are the parents of the kids that just jumped me. And I sometimes wonder, like, why do you have to disrespect kids and you're a grown man and that's your work?
And as parents, we have to stand in the gap and advocate for them 24/7. When I would go to these school conferences, I said, let's get to the root cause of the issue. He's a young, dark-skinned black male, and some people try to say he looks like Lil Nas X. I don't know if you guys know who Lil Nas X
I know who he is.
Oh, right.
Definitely.
And so, you know, the girls are making fun of him, saying he's pregnant and gay, but they don't know he's a victim of sexual assault. They don't know that, you know, when you say these things, it can sometimes hurts. And so a lot of the bullying was happening, and they're not getting to the root cause of the issue. Then it goes from the school to the bus stop to the neighborhoods, and the kids are jumping him for whatever reason. I mean, sometimes he just go walk to the bus stop to get his brother, and next thing you know, someone said, "Oh, run me my one." That's what they like to say, or "Run me my fade." And now he has to, you know, get jumped by a group of kids. And you have adults that are encouraging this type of behavior in this community, who are allowing their kids to fight and to do all of this negative things. And it seems like the parents are encouraging this. So now you got an issue of just not only kids' behavior, but parents that don't want to hold their kids accountable. And so I told him, you know, in life, when you're on your path to success and you're glorifying God and trying to do the right things, you're going to have people that rise up against you and try to tarnish you, but it's only built to make you stronger. And as a parent, I'm constantly letting him know that whether you reach one people or a million people, you're doing your job, you're doing what you're supposed to do, and you keep moving forward.
Yep, like, you know, mom, she's the most biggest advocate for me. My brother, she helps me 3 times where, like, I keep getting bullied and things like that. But most of the thing, like, the stuff that happened recently with that man laughing, like,
Yeah,
that's the most disrespect
It
you
was
could
a
have.
couple of Bay County police officers. They were, you know, now mind you, we're originally from Atlanta. We don't have any family or anything in Panama. But of course, everyone in the community knows each other. So when you got kids and parents that are, you know, indulging and encouraging fights, of course their family members or people they know is gonna come around and say, hey, those 2 little boys are the problem. And we have no one to advocate for us because everyone knows each other. So the police officer was like, well, from what it sounds like, it looks like your kids are the problem. I'm like, hey, my kids is not gonna go against a whole neighborhood of kids they don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think the average person would want to just, you know, take on fight a whole neighborhood. So make it make sense. And eventually I'm gonna reach out to someone at Bay County Police or Sheriff's Office to hold them accountable. But like I said, you got adults. Even the police doesn't want to do their job. You know, they just see, they think this is normal. They have no proof, and they don't care. If you ask me, they don't care. They want to write their report and go on to the next thing because they feel like they got bigger fish to fry. But I was like, hey, it's all fun and games until one of them is in the hospital for trying to commit suicide and trying to kill someone. This is how these type of things happen when you hear school shooters. Now with my kids, I keep them very grounded, like, hey, they beat Jesus on the cross, and this is kind of what you're going through. Keep pushing forward, but it should never get to this point where the police, Bay County Police, have a disregard for the kids' safety and encourages that kind of behavior or would even approach a situation in that manner. So at the end of the day, I tell them, I was like, look, you have something big ordained for your life, and it's up to you to keep pushing. And failure is not an option when it comes to me. So right now, envision yourself as Jesus being put on that cross and beat, but you're gonna win. You're gonna win in the end, and you're gonna impact somebody because you're not the only person going through it.
Definitely. Well, we gotta take a quick break. We gotta play some commercial play, and we're gonna play one song, and we'll come back here in just a minute on The Blend, 90.7 WKGC, Panama City. So you guys have given your testimony. You know, we're gonna talk to It's Love Shawty here in just a moment. But I just want to say it's very empowering. I can feel the love in this room as you guys have just been hanging out and talking to me while we're, you know, in between, and y'all are a great group of people, and I just want you to know that.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
You're so nice as well.
I try.
Love that here.
Yeah. So, speaking of love, It's Love Shorty. You wanted to talk a little bit about what you've been through and how this whole movement has changed you.
Right.
Go ahead. The microphone is yours.
Okay, I was wrongly convicted in the state of Georgia for a crime that I didn't do, but I was wrongly convicted, and I did a year in prison in the state of Georgia But I met family Wealth Moguls, Ayanna Harrison, and she took me in and showed me the ropes and made me to a better man. And I'm growing day by day, but I gotta thank her for everything she do for all of us. And she was a real good role model because I didn't have my mom or dad growing up too. But with Ayanna Harrison, she showed me that it's a way out of anything.
And that's right. I love that, because just because you go through some things in life, that doesn't define you. You know what I mean? You have the power within you to change all of that.
Yeah.
You can change your story. You can have whatever kind of ending you want it to.
You are in control of your life's narrative, not nobody else.
Exactly. So, what are you guys doing out in the community? I heard you got some upcoming events, some projects. Can you tell me a little bit more?
Before I get into that, I just want to say one more thing.
Sure.
I want to let because we focus on empowering communities, but it starts with the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to let all the adults and kids know that you are worthy, loved, and have the power to create your own legacy. And we stand for every voice, and we're here to help everyone rise and walk in purpose. So I just had to get that off my chest. Like,
Of course.
no matter who you are, we want to empower all communities.
I love that.
So the upcoming events that we have a Pride event coming up for the month of June that we'll be performing at. We have a Juneteenth celebration, and we have initiatives called Moguls Heal the Block.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to work with venue spaces so we can talk about empowering communities and the things that go on in neighborhoods, like what Demi Godzz AJ described. How do we fix the block? How do we make the curb appeal be more appealing? Like how do we change the mindset and the narrative of the people that live in communities? And it starts with people who are willing to live bold and speak out and actually enact change. So we got so many things coming up. I think the month of March we have Nutrition Month, where the Demi Godzz AJ is going to talk about the importance of nutrition, not only fueling your body but fueling your mind, because if your body ain't right, your mind ain't right, and you can't change nothing.
Yeah. I don't even like myself when I'm hangry.
Yeah.
Well, if somebody, say we got listeners out there, they want more information, they want to know more, they want to see more, they want to hear more, where can we direct them to go? Do you have Facebook, social media, website?
Yes, so we are currently on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Search up Family Wealth Moguls. We do have a website. Our website is currently down, but that'll be up in a couple weeks or so. Just search Family Wealth Moguls.
Beautiful. Well, we have got a track. I'm going to see if we can get it going on here that you guys have recorded. It's called "You Are the Only One." Can you give me a little insight onto what is this song about?
This song is a track by the Demi Godzz, and basically it's about God or your higher power. Whatever you think your higher power is, whatever that is, tap into it and understand that there's something out there that's bigger than yourself, and that you gotta somehow hone into that and know that they can fuel your success along with yourself, because we're all gods in our own way. So create your reality, know where you come from, and use whatever is your higher power or your strength to achieve success and live the life that you want to live.
Wonderful. And when was this recorded? Like how long ago?
This was a part of the project that was released, I believe, in February, March?
So this is new. This is a new track.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, well, we are going to see if we can take a listen, and we'll be back here on the Blend 90.7 WKGC, Panama City.